Okay, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about professional development, which is CO2, and the new CTE SIP self-review for our CT teachers. Professional development, it hasn't changed too much, except for the used to read that you would have to have one industry or SIP code specific professional development every 5 years. Well, now it's saying, if you just look with me, it says each teacher in the PSN must complete PD annually. It is the responsibility of the lead teacher of the program to upload documentation for each teacher assigned to the PSN. Professional development is defined by Perkins 5 as sustainable, intensive, and you can read all that. But then down here, so that doesn't, the annually just says PD annually, which we all get PD annually. But when you look here at the evidence that's required, it does clearly state a record of professional development for each program teacher from the previous 5-year period that identifies annual PD that is CTE program related. So there's the difference. It's now they're looking for a 5-year record, and each year there should be at least one annual industry specific. So that is a change, because the language used to say it was at least one within the last 5 years. Now they're saying that the PD has to be annual. You have to have a 5-year record of it. And so that's kind of, and then they also a copy of your district provided. So there's really two pieces that in Macomb we're going to upload. Some people might be tackling this a little bit different, but we're going to use that same kind of PD structure, unless your individual CT director has requested you to do it in a different form or a different template. It's completely, please always consult with your CT administrator at your local building. But as far as the template that is coming out of the ISD will allow you to capture, your annual CTE specific or your SIP code specific, as well as then you can just still upload everything from your MOEC, so like your district provided. Because remember, your district provided PD is not always your CTE specific. Like your district provided is going to give all kinds of great PD. It could be around, little special PAPs could fall under your SIP code, but it could be around all kinds of different things that are specific to your district, but they're not specific to your teaching content. So think of it that way. It's like, student-based, all students, part of like a district initiative, versus this experience is helping you further your craft of that particular SIP code. Okay, so when we take a look at the new template, and I should show you this. This is what it looks like in the portal. Okay, so here's it in the portal. And you'll notice, again, you can navigate between these. There's CO2, I'm already on it. But you would type in the lead teacher's name. So you would type in, if you're the lead teacher, I put in Shannon Williams, and then evidence for that teacher, I would click view upload. You'll notice it's just what I provide, which I shared, right? It's the same thing, the 5-year identifying annual PD that is CT program related. This says, to upload a copy of the district provided PD record. But the problem with just uploading that is it doesn't necessarily always identify your SIP code specific. So when we look at what we're going to upload in Macomb, it's going to be two pieces. It'll be you can print off your district provided from MOEX, but then you're also going to create a template that lets you track your SIP specific within over a 5-year period. So let me go and again, there's your, the question where does it demonstrate? I hope be able to say yes, and then you would upload the template. And this is for this particular lead teacher, because remember, when I click close, if there's another teacher teaching in this SIP code, you would put them in this one, you'd upload for them. And then you could even, if say there's 3 teachers, you could click view and add, and you could add in more teachers. But usually we only have 1 or 2. Sometimes there's 3. So that is it in the portal. Let me show you the template. So again, here's the template. It looks very similar to all the other templates that have been put out. So you have your district, your zip code, your identifying information, and then the directions. This template is to be used to record industry-specific professional development to be by each program teacher from the 5-year period, identifying annual. They're also looking for, at what level the professional development happened. And you're going to upload, you will upload this document into GEMS as well as, I should say CT portal there. I apologize for that, but it upload into the CT portal as well as your DPPD from MOEX for each year. So this is really going to be a running document. So for a date with year, this could be, September 5th, 2020. Let's just say that's when I did this. And then you would give the title. So this would be, I'm going to say CIP specific training. Now I'll be more specific with it. I'm sure the training would have a name. And then you would describe it. You describe it here. And then the level that it was offered. This is one thing that they were also looking for is is this something that the district provided? Is this something that came from the regional or the ISD? Was this a state? Was this a national training? So, and this will actually help your CT directors with their comprehensive local needs assessment. So it's kind of a win-win by identifying these pieces. So if we say, maybe it was just through the district that the district sent you on this. It was a one-on-one industry training, or maybe you came to the ISD and we did something regionally with industry partners or some type of training specific for your zip code, or it could be state or national. So we'll just put that in and then say it was 3 hours. So I'll just put 3 hours so I know the length of the training. So that essentially is, and then next year I would put in something, my specific for 2021 and then 2022. So you would be identifying that you are doing some type of training for your particular zip code on an annual basis. And then you would just save this, it'd be a running total. Now, the one thing I will say that they do say by each program for the previous 5-year period that identifies annual PD. Because this is a new requirement we've always kept 5 years, but it's always been kind of fragmented. We never had to combine it into one document. So my recommendation for this one is do the best that you can. Obviously this year the PD's been a little bit interesting, but some of these trainings too, if this is specific or you trying new compliance components, so please, some of these could work, especially those of you that came into the live in-person training for CIP. But a lot of you come to trainings that are CIP specific at the ISD that you came last year, pre-COVID, or even your annual professional meetings that you do. Some might be virtual this year. So if you can recall some of those for previous years, then great. Try to find them, put them on so that we have that 5-year total. But if not, start this year and move forward and we'll get there so we can start to become compliant, especially if you're a newer teacher. But that's kind of how we're going to do the 5-year period. Do the best you can to go back to last year and at least maybe the year before. But don't stress yourself out if you can't find your last 5-year record. Start clean and we'll build it moving forward. And then you'll take and you'll save this, and next year you'll open this document, we'll continue to add to it, and then you'll upload into the portal. So that essentially, if I go back over to here, that's essentially what you would be uploading into this particular spot. The other thing I'll point out too is when you click on the view upload, let me go look at this again. When you click on this view upload, you'll see that, it kind of describes some of the professional development, that they're looking for. So take a look at that as well, because it could trigger some thoughts about professional development that you can put on there. And that's it for professional development. So I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.